ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.
Ramsey show ending.
Hey, it's Kelly, associate producer and phone screener for The Ramsey Show. If you would like to do your debt-free screen live on the show, make sure you visit theramseyshow.com and register. We would love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story.
And after show beginning. And as per usual, we'll just wait a couple minutes. Let some people get into the chat if they're gonna do that. Donations are paypal.me/money. Episode number 189 today. How about that? Oh yeah, it says it right here. I was trying to remember. But it says it right there on the title of the episode. That was a good idea to put that on there. Let's see what we can talk about today for a minute. Actually, I'll just go ahead and start. Let me turn that heater off. Down there, we've got about 1 inch of snow out there today. It's been snowing off and on and just accumulating little by little. Alrighty, what up, Spring? Ramsey show over for the night. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of crazy stuff at the end because I blocked Lord Everfall pretty early. And all of them like that are probably just 1 or 2 people. Like, even going back months and months and months and months. So, but yeah, Spring, you can stream debt-free on this show if the Ramsey show doesn't want you. What up, AJ? AJ, you got my music? Email me the music file, sir. I'm kidding. I know you don't have that yet. All right. So the first thing we do here is we sing this song. How about that? Let's do that. Well, okay, there we go. Listen for the drum taps. AJ says not yet. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. Everybody sing. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you'll pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we do not do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. Stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go, that's why I go, and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, then you should do the baby steps. What up, Clay? And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go, let's gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, that's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show brought to you by Tina Sher, the Queen of Sheba. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever I want to talk about, even haircuts. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. Link is at the top of the chat and in the video description. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, even your every dollar budget, Michelle. And you can do that at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. And then I have to scroll this. You can reach me on Instagram. Add me on the ground. Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that would be paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Again, that link also at the top of the chat and in the description below the video. Dramatic pause. I'm not losing my mind. I did that on purpose. I did take it a little bit too long, though, because when it started to get awkward, I enjoyed it. So, let's see. AJ's just starting to look like a hippie. AJ, thanks for the IO. Yeah, so I generally, I ain't trying. I'm not trying anymore. I'm old now, and so I generally try to wait as long as I can between haircuts. But I was listening to a podcast, a comedian podcast, yesterday, the Your Mom's House podcast, comedian Tom Segura, and he was talking about one of his employees, and he said, if you walk around like needing a haircut, people think you don't have $7. So I am going to get my hair cut. I didn't have time today with my other errands. So, AJ tabbed back. Don't be tabbed out of this. I don't get the watch time if you tab out. Don't tab out, AJ. Let's see. So yeah, sorry about the dramatic pause there. So yeah, I am going to get it cut. I do need to. It has like stuff right near in the front where it doesn't really grow. It has a couple of them that are like that long. I'm going to work on it though. Oh, reading the textbook. Now, how can you read your textbook when I'm talking? Don't I take over your whole brain? And how can you learn stuff there? Spring riding, making a tax payment. That's good. IRS likes to get their money. Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm like the only guy. AJ is fancy. I'm like the only guy that can't like take one of those shavers and put the guide on it and do it. I tried. It turns out all uneven. I can't do it. Can't do it. So I did try to do that before. Otherwise, that would be great. So anyway, so I'll go and get my one cut maybe tomorrow at the Great Clips. Alrighty, on today's Ramsey Show, the host on an all-new show in the year of our Lord 2022, not in our Lord Everfall though, but just our Lord 2022, was a solo show from Mr. Dave Ramsey, and I think all the other. Dave said all his kids were home. We're at home. Some caller called up and said it snowed today, so my kids are home. And Dave said, yeah, mine too. So they apparently got some snow in the greater Nashville area. And anyway, he was the host. And I don't have a Dave Ramsey song other than the Baby's Up song. I guess that will suffice. But it is the last chance to pre-order Dave's book. I guess you could get the pre-order bonuses still if you did it on the 10th, which is Monday, and then it comes out Tuesday the 11th. And so yeah, programming note for you guys. On the 11th, Dave Ramsey's book, Baby Steps Millionaire, is coming out. On the 12th, supposedly, if we can believe what Tina Scher said she heard George Campbell say on the show, and she even checked the older video for it, that he said he was going to do a debt-free stream on January 12th. So that would be on the 12th, and then the 13th is the Ramsey Building Wealth in 2022 live event. Dave also, I don't know that he knows how things work, but he said you have to register in order to be able to see it. Normally you just register and it just sends you a link to the YouTube channel. But normally the link to any free live stream on YouTube is on every single Ramsey page. Like it's on all the shows. It'll be on the Rachel Cruz show page, and John Deloney show page, etc., etc. It'll be on all of them. So what up, Robert? What up, Matty Bags? Do you really only get watch time if we can see your window? Yeah, it's got to be an active window, I believe. Pretty sure. Buy the Great Clips gift card, saves money. All right. That's good advice. Matty Bag scheduled 2,400 Pandy patients today. All right. AJ asked Robert how old he was and said his picture looked like he was 90. AJ coming in hard in the paint today. AJ coming in hard, gosh. We don't get to know what AJ looks like because he has a dramatic artist interpretation in his thumbnail. So, alrighty, where else was I? Oh yeah, Ramsey Building Wealth in 2022. And another interesting note, it's not going to be at Ramsey Solutions. It's going to be at a church that is in the area. And I don't know whether that's because they have more seating there or less seating or what. But anyway, Dave and Rachel Cruz and George Campbell will all be talking that night. Probably also the two new live presenters that have been hired in the latter part of last year. Courtney and I can never remember the gentleman's name. If Flash was here, she could tell us. So, yeah, we were talking about dementia a little bit in the Ramsey Show chat. Not the fun thing at all. Not at all. So anyway, that live stream is January 13th. So if you want to be guaranteed not to miss it, register now. Put your email in there. But as I said, if it's like the other free ones that they've had on YouTube, there will be a link to it on every Dave Ramsey YouTube channel. So it will not be hard to find at all. Is that all I needed from that? I think so. Let's see. Market report. Oops, it's supposed to be up at the top. And after a day where everything but the Dow was positive, NASDAQ at one point was at least 0.5% up today. It does what it likes to do usually on down days. It go in the last hour. When is this? This is 3:07 right there. 3:07, 3:08 p.m. Anyway, and so the last hour of the market, it just goes blip. See if the S&P did the same. They all generally do about the same, but some not as dramatic as others. But yeah, yep. And so it could have been even worse, but what happens here is like it got down there at 355, and some people were like, "Whoa, wait a minute! These companies aren't that they're worth more than that," and so they started buying them up again. And so, let's check after hours. I'm kind of curious now. Let's see, S&P. After hours. Whoops, there it is. And go down here and look for there it is, from CNN, the Forex data, 24-hour market. Yeah, so as you can see, S&P and the NASDAQ up in futures trading, and the Dow down in futures trading. So we'll see what happens in the morning and all day tomorrow. What else do we do here? Let's see, earnings calendar. As we talked about, we got banks reporting next week. Procter & Gamble, United Health Group. And the most followed single stocks on the Google. And looks like the artist formerly known as Facebook, Meta Platforms, it was actually up today, 2.56%. So maybe that will help me out as I try to win fantasy mutual funds. Don't know if that'll be enough to get me, but everything else down. Alphabet, which is the owner of Google, barely down, 0.02%, like just a smidge down. And check the rest of the planet. We got everything down in Asia. Almost everything down in Asia. Everything down in Europe is what I meant to say, and then I looked ahead to the wrong one first. And then in Asia, there's 1 out of 5 index. I assume these are indices is the plural of index. It's a fun word, indices. And let's check the currency. The US dollar up on the euro, the Japanese yen up on the US dollar, the US dollar up on the British pound. How can I get my fish and chips if the... That's horrible. And the Canadian dollar, though, up against the US dollar. And the Australian dollar, mate, is down to the US dollar right now. And our pals in crypto, anybody want to take a guess? Anybody want to take a guess? Anybody want to take a guess? I would have to say still down today. Mixed. All right. Yeah, I mean, the belle of the ball, like the most widely known one, I think, is the Bitcoin, and she just hasn't had a good month at all. 6 months is still up, but of course, every day that keeps going down there, that 6 month is eventually hit that 6 month mark. What is that? 33, and today it's at 43. So after being at a high of 67.5. Alrighty. Not much in the news at all today. But this from Morningstar. Morningstar.com is excellent for mutual fund research. They have very excellent. I think, and I would even recommend them more than my brokerage, which is Fidelity, on there as far as their presentation of the data on mutual funds to compare, as far as comparing and such. This is your 2022 tax fact sheet and calendar. Bookmark this guide to stay abreast of the tax-related dates and data that should be on your radar this year. Boom, 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 boom. Designated array of tax-related changes were said to be on the table. Okay, so here's actually what's happening. Income tax bracket 7. Tax brackets remain, but the specific parameters have changed as follows. 10% tax bracket. Single taxpayers with incomes of $10,275. Married couples filing jointly with $2,550 or less. 12 is well, you can see them right here. So just pick your individual one. AJ, I'm sorry I don't have a graph on this. I know I should have, because this is. Can you believe one time I did this before without showing the screen, without showing the numbers? I did something like this where I said a lot of numbers. I didn't have a graph or even the numbers on the screen, and I was just saying numbers. So yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, AJ. Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think you can fool that dementia into like, well, act like, don't happen yet. I don't think you can do that. I don't think there's anything to do that. I'm sure there's some kind of therapies or something that may help, but yeah, very sad. Like a common percentage would probably be, common middle class percentage would be like the 24 and 22%. So you can see single taxpayers between 41 and change and 89 and change per year. Couples filing jointly, 83 and change and 178 and change. And so, yeah, they have changed those numbers. The standard deduction is increasing slightly. $12,950 for individuals and $25,900 for married couples filing jointly. Alternative minimum tax. I don't think anybody does that, do they? The estate / gift tax exemption amount is increasing slightly to $12.06 million per individual. I wonder what it was. Oh, the annual gift tax inclusion is increasing to $16,000, up from $15,000. And what that means is you can go, you can give. This year you'll be able to give $16,000 to as many individual people as you want. So if you want to give $32,000 to a family, you can give 16 to the husband and 16 to the wife or other husband, however it works, right, Robert? You can do that. I don't know if you can give it. I don't know if you can give it to like minors. I don't know if you can do that for gift tax for minors. I don't know if that counts as well, but you can do that without having to pay a gift tax on that. Let's see. Know that annual gifts in excess of this amount do not automatically trigger any sort of gift tax. Most people won't owe estate or gift taxes in their lifetimes under current tax laws. Right. You got to be giving away millions probably to trigger those things probably. Let's see. Qualified dividend, long-term capital gain rate still in place. They same, but they don't map perfectly by tax bracket as they did in the past. Oh, all right. So this is for capital gains. If you care about that, take a look at your own. This is where you have your own homework to do. That's for 0%. That's interesting. That's interesting. Being a 0% tax bracket and also have capital gains on top of that. That's interesting to think about, isn't it? Let's see. IRA contributions. Roth stayed the same. 6,000 under age 50. 7,000 if you're 50 or over. 401k limits went up. And is that on here? Yes, it says now 20,500 for under age 50 and 27,000 for age 50 or over. And that's not only the 401k, that's 403b, the 457 plan, and the self-employed 401k, Roth or traditional. All right. I think that's about all the important dates. Tax day looks like it's on April 18th. This year, what is that? Estimated due for fourth quarter 2021 is Gen 18. December 31st, retirees age 72 and older must take RMDs. That's required minimum distributions from traditional IRAs and 401ks. These RMDs are based on their balances at the end of 2021. That's it. That's interesting. How it's you have to take those by December 31st, but it's based on the number from the previous year, December 31st. Interesting. All right. And December 31st, last date to make contributions to company retirement plans. Alrighty. But of course, for Roth, for individual IRAs, you can contribute to those up until tax date. You can contribute to your Roth for 2021. You can do that up until tax day 2022. That's how that works. Yeah, AJ says at least I got the numbers right. You right. I'll try. I had a graph on the other day, and I said I wish AJ was here because there was a graph in the article. So, yeah. Alrighty. So, this is from CNN Business Wealth Coach, CNN.com. Quit your job. Here's what you do with your 401k. You roll it over to CoachSteveMoney@gmail. No, you do not do that. You transfer the money to your new employer's 401k. You can do that. That's a lot of extra information about that. And then you can also roll the money into IRA instead. Or you can cash it out. Though it may be tempting, the worst of your four options is to cash out your 401k savings, right? You never cash out that, according to Dave Ramsey, unless it's to avoid foreclosure or bankruptcy. And here's why. You'll lose out on both the investment growth potential and the tax deferral that would further power that growth. You will owe taxes on the amount cashed out. If you cash out before 59.5, in most instances, you also owe a 10% early withdrawal penalty. The exception is if you're 55 or older, when you leave your job, but then you're allowed to make penalty-free withdrawals, but you'll still be hit with the tax bill. So basically the short answer is do not do that unless you are facing foreclosure or bankruptcy. Leave stuff in your retirement accounts. No 401k loans. Don't do anything like that. Alrighty, so like I said, I'll refresh the thing, the Google Finance page again, and see if there's anything on there. But small cap, I didn't mention that. Small cap is up 0.5% today, but it is, let's see, still down from the high, which was November 9. And that was down quite a while between that. That was down. It was at a high March 15th and then did not hit that again until about November 2nd. And then it went to a new high. Actually, every day after that through the 9th. So let's see if there's any stories here. The market rally fizzled. GME stock, Trump stock, DWAC, spike on news. What news, I wonder? I don't know if this will let me read it. We'll see. Meme stocks, DWAC, and GameStop rallied on what news? Oh, the former the former president's company, I guess, and it gets ready to launch his social media site next month. All right. Oh, and GameStop skyrocketed overnight as the video game retailer launches a unit to enter the NFT and cryptocurrency markets. That's an interesting play for them. They're like, well, this game selling thing isn't really working. Well, let's do crypto then. And NFT. See ya. Everybody out. Do one more check of this, and then we'll do some Reddit questions. Mortgage rates just climbed past 2021 levels. We covered that yesterday. They all went up. Chick-fil-A in Hawaii. We talked about that yesterday. White House not budging on vaccine mandate as Postal Service says mail could be affected. Of course it can. Alrighty, so what time is it? 33. Let's do some Reddit questions. You go to reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey. And then we sort by new. And this is what I do on Ramsey Coach Support, which I do every other Monday. On the alternate Mondays from Ramsey Coach Support, I do tech support, where I do the same thing. I go on reddit.com/r/tech support and answer mostly computer questions. A little bit chilly, turning the heater on. This person, that's baby step 2 flare right there. So from No Peanut, $23.95. Baby step 2 credit limit increases. Hi everyone, just a question I was looking for opinions about. I know what Dave would say. What else do you need to know then? So no worries on that. Just curious about other perspectives. Focus on knocking out debt and committed to not putting anything I have not budgeted on for credit. However, it needs to stop. I'm focused on knocking out my debt and am committed to not putting anything I have not budgeted for on credit. There shouldn't be a however there, but all right, we'll read it. However, I'm keeping my credit score in good standing because I want to buy a house in the future. I know Dave says they're paying cash, but the housing market, he says you can get a mortgage for a residential, one that you're going to live in, house. But the housing market is insane now. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe you're not ready to buy. Who knows what it will do in the next 5 years? Nobody. I will need a mortgage because 250 to 400K or more in cash is not in my income future for quite a while. Right. So again, he's fine with a mortgage if you are living in the house and it's your only mortgage. Anyway, since I have a small balance on one card left to pay off and a zero balance on another, the credit companies keep sending me increases on card. Because you know why they do that? You know why they do that? You know why they do that? Because they want you to spend more money. Yeah, oh yeah, I know they want me to keep using them, and more space means more interest for them. It's a good idea to take the increases as they come and continue to not use the cards unless it's been budgeted. Online bill payments that could also be paid by debit. Like, does the increased space do anything for my credit? He wants to know if the increased space does anything. No, your payment history affects it. I don't think the amount, your income to debt ratio, your credit limit, your total credit limit, I think to actual debt might be included in there. Like this person says, Dave would never say no to a reasonable mortgage. That's why mortgage isn't included in baby step 2. Increases are fine, and they're just giving to you. It won't hurt your score at all, as long as you don't utilize it. All right, so there you go. Add. Confused by Dave's logic. All right, this will probably be a good one. Oh, it's a short one. I didn't need to do that. Confused by Dave's logic. This from New Vacation 6129. Why does Dave say wait until marriage to pay off your significant other's debt? What benefit does getting married have on that compared to just dating? If you're married and you pay off the significant other's debt, they probably stick around longer. If they marry you, they're probably sticking around longer. They have more skin in the game for that. If you pay off a significant other's debt, you could pay off their significant other's debt, and then they could say, "Oh, thanks. I like this other person better. I'm leaving. Bye." So yeah, shouldn't pay someone else's debt, especially someone you're dating once you made a commitment to marriage legally. Yep. Yep, because you'd be language if it turns out. Yep, exactly. Some language there on the Reddit. That happens. Dave's assessment of risk. Let's see, this from W. Connor 9. Listening to the YouTube clip of the Ramsey show a little while ago, a service member was asking if he should take a loan. And I wonder what Dave said to that. I mean, it doesn't even matter what the loan is for. I wonder what Dave said. 30K, give or take, I think. 0.75 interest, he was buying a car or something. He must not have known who he was calling, exactly. Dave, of course, said no, he's citing risk. Even if a caller was investing money at a 10% return, Dave continued to cite the risk, and the math alone doesn't calculate the risk, exactly. But does Dave factor in risk on investments? Yes, he does, because he's going on the fact that the S&P 500 makes 10 to 12% a year. He's not, your investing is not for a month or even for a year or even for 5 years. You're investing for retirement. If you're investing to make money or investing for a purchase, that's a little bit different thing. And he still recommends 5 years if you're investing to save for a purchase that way. So yeah, that's the answer on that one. So yeah, he does factor that in, but there's way less risk on that than there is in having debt. All right, this one, ooh, baby step 6er. Vinny the Pooh 18 says, I'm on baby step 6 and fiance is on baby step 2. Should I get back in the baby step 2? Giselle, that's Tom Brady's wife. He means gazelle. Gazelle is the correct spelling of that. Intensity mindset now, yeah. Unless the moment you get married, you have enough in savings to put it all back there. But yeah, once you get married, your emergency fund becomes money you can send to both of yours baby step 2 debts, because both of you will have those debts then. So let's see if there's anything that might possibly change the answer, anything like that. Finances as I have, or should I take the extra money I've been throwing at mortgage and save it up until the wedding, and then we can throw a decent fireball at our loans and that? Yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, I see what he's saying. You know, I mean, and you could even, if you wanted to make sure that your fiance doesn't change her mind on the wedding day, and then leave. Although that doesn't really matter because the only thing you're losing at that point is whatever the interest is on the amount of mortgage you are not paying off by saving up that money extra. So yeah, that doesn't really matter. Alrighty, this from Jake Rob Williams. 19 hours ago. Jake Rob Williams. One weekend, taking a moment to be proud of myself. All right. Gifted the Total Money Makeover book for Christmas and just signed up for Ramsey Plus. Oh, he didn't use it as a coaster. Just started the Total TMM, and I'm so excited. At this rate, I will be debt free in under 2 years. Excellent. I'm 31K in debt and have been incredibly embarrassed and stressed over my financial habits status for years now. I'm done living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you need to do. That's the way you need to be. If you're done living paycheck to paycheck, you're more likely to stick with the steps. I am done always being broke and my account always going into neg. I got diagnosed with ADHD a little over a year ago, and explains, but does not excuse. Absolutely. So much of impulsivity and recklessness with money. I have a decent paying job. I have cheap rent. Cars paid off. Freelance business is on the rise. I have no excuse to be broke all the time. No excuse. For the first time in my life, I have savings. I have emergency fund. It's not all the way up there, but it's something. I have $500, so halfway through. Baby step one. Excellent. Excellent, Jake Rob Williams. You're on the right track. Let's see. Federal income tax from PGA Chris Golf. Hello, I'm trying to estimate how much federal income tax I need/will pay. As part of the overall federal income tax total, should I include what has already been paid, withheld for Social Security and Medicare? For example, total fed tax owed is 20K, Social Security paid is 7K, and Medicare paid 2K. Therefore, my remaining federal tax owed is 11K. Is that a question? Is that actually your numbers, or that's actually your numbers? I think the Social Security, Medicare, you don't include those. I don't think you don't include those. Let's see what somebody is. See if the OP says anything back. Sometimes when the commenters comment on there, the original poster will provide more information or clear up misunderstandings. Sometimes, but not today. All right, let's do a couple more. What time is it? Mooney back. Okay. I need a big when real shows happen. They have a big clock where it goes where it's really big, and you can see how much time you've done. Of course, it does. I'm under nobody's rule here. I could do 2 hours if I wanted to. I think I did do almost 2 hour show one time. This from Significant Okra 6877. How about that? Baby step 4 flare there. I almost said swag. It's not. It's flare on there. 25 male, leaving current job. I'm planning on leaving my current job in about a month. I'm currently single and renting with 0 debt. Excellent. Company now has a great 401k plan. 50% match with no cap. No cap, y'all. No cap on the no cap. 2 contributions. Is it dishonest for me to put in 75% of my take-home pay to take advantage of the match before I leave? The company I am going to accept has a much lower match, 50% up to 8% of salary. I won't have to dig into my emergency fund to do this. You're still working there. You know, I mean, and it's just going to be like that if you're leaving, in about a month. So you would have 2 or 4 paychecks of that. Oh, I see. I see. Because you can specify how much of your paycheck to put in there. Yeah, if you can do that. HR may not allow you to do 75% of your take-home pay in there. They may have a cap on how much you can do, like out of each check. Let's see if anybody knows more about that than I do. I would think they have a vesting period of some sort, so you won't get any match money. Many companies are structured so that your trick will not gain you anything. You want to be sure there's not a vesting. Is investing? No, that's their policy. You could have done that from day one up to the IRS limits. So, Bonnie MSM is one of the mods on it. She let me post my 2 songs, Baby Step songs, and John Deloney song on this Dave Ramsey subreddit. She's in Baby Step 7. Excellent. So, and she says it's not dishonest. Companies set the match policy, so they're aware. Right. So if they had a problem with that happening, they would make it a certain amount per check maximum or something like that. Ready? Baby step 1 question. This is from Michael Nice Guy. Hi everyone. I just joined and I'm on baby step 1, and as I have no savings, I was contributing 5% of my paycheck, $98, to my TIACREFF retirement fund, and my job matches it. I know it sounds great to get the match, and the retirement fund is performing at 12% now, but Dave would say to take the money and put it towards my $1,000 emergency fund, right? Right. And then after that, to your debt. Did he say debt free? Oh no, he didn't say debt free. Okay. So, and then after that, you would put it to your debt. You would not start contributing your retirement again until baby step 4. Just want to confirm, after I have the $1,000, Dave would still say to snowball my debt before. Yes, absolutely. And then snowball your full emergency fund. 7K car loans, 72K college loans, owe your parents $2,300. Yep. There you go. I'm sure 13 comments. I'm sure they straightened him out. Now let's do one more. Trying to decide to pay off student loans or not. To pay of student loans or not. My wife and I have 0 debt besides 40K in student loans. We currently have 90K in cash in the savings account. Trying to decide if paying the loans off in a lump sum would be worth losing about 40K in cash in the savings account. Yes, as long as that's not your emergency fund. As long as you don't require that much. As long as 50K will take care of your emergency fund, and then if it's not, let's see, this would still leave us with 2+ years of emergency funds, so you shouldn't have that much emergency funds anyway. Did I do this one yesterday? I don't think so. I thought I read something about 2+ years of emergency funds. Oh yeah, so I did do this one yesterday. Okay, so my bad. All right, I did that one yesterday, but yeah, the answer is you get debt free. Follow the baby steps. You don't get a pass on the baby steps because you like to have 90,000 cash in savings, and on top of that, 2.5 years of emergency funds. That's crazy. Spring Riding paid the amount on the student loan that they would automatically take if we weren't on pause. Excellent. You're doing 2 more manual payments this month. Are you limited to paying? I think we talked about it before. Are you limited to paying IRS the agreement? Because of course Dave would recommend getting rid of that first, but I think in some cases you like make an agreement with them and then they won't take more for some reason. Alrighty then. Upcoming streams. Might do more Rise of the Tomb Raider tonight. When was it? When was it? 1 day ago, I uploaded Curse of Oak Island Season 9, Episode 9, No Cap Recap. man, that has 410 views since then. Excellent day. Upcoming streams, of course, more of this show, the Ramsey Show Aftershow, and that is 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, right after the Ramsey Show video ends. And Monday through Friday, oh, I did that one, or just did that one, losing my mind. And Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, alternating tech support and Ramsey Coach support, and that works just like I just did. That was Ramsey Coach support, what I just did, reading the questions from the Reddit and answering them. And the tech support one works the same way, except it's about electronic stuff, mostly computer stuff. Wednesday, no set time, the Curse of Oak Island recap. I'm also doing recap for the companion show, Curse of Oak Island Drilling Down. And I'm thinking about doing a recap of their other series called Beyond Oak Island, where they actually leave the island and work on other mysteries and such. Like, because they can't do anything there because in Nova Scotia the winters are so bad they can't do work there. Like starting, I think, in like the middle of October, it's useless to try to do anything until like I want to say like March or April or something like that. And so they start filming each season in like March or April, and then, or maybe even later than that. And then we see it starting in November. So that's why those episodes are on now. But when it is the dead of winter, they do things like they do on Beyond Oak Island season 2 first episode, which is they go to Florida and they look for treasure on the Treasure Coast, which is a bunch of ships apparently wrecked. And then when you have hurricanes and winds and such like that, stuff gets pushed from the ocean up onto the beach there, and so all that changes every year. I've even seen that on the Curse of Oak Island, where they completely do, like, all the beach areas, they completely metal detect those every single year because the winters, the storms are so bad, they move everything around on the ocean floor there. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, is Old Man Video Gaming. I definitely do single player video games then, but lately I've been doing a bunch of bonus ones as well. This morning was the last day that you could get the free Tomb Raider trilogy. It's another free game there now. They have one free game a week, and for a while during the Christmas holidays they were giving away one game every single day. So again, that's store.epicgames.com. And so if you like video games, the best price to pay for them is $0. So highly recommend that. And father-daughter video gaming. Bella and I tried to play a game that we had played 4 times before with no problems, but for some reason streaming the game to her computer through Steam, it was just all laggy and pixelated and stuff, and it wasn't a problem with connection because I could see her on Discord fine, her voice was fine, and she was hearing me fine. So don't know about that. So we will try again. She's also going to look for a different game because she said she's a little bit bored by the one we're playing. All right, let's see. Spring said oh, the 150 a month keeps the student loan interest from building back up again. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. On pause with the baby steps right now. Installment plan with the IRS. Want to get used to paying that. Okay. Okay. It's your money. You can do what you want to. Just saying, Dave would say IRS first. If you can, if they will take it. But I get it. We can still be friends. I know way more people more sure than that. Oh, let's reload it and see if we happen to get we did not get a new subscriber. Sometimes I get a new Oak Island subscriber, and sometimes even from the show, sometimes during the show. All right. To give out my plugs again, you can schedule free consultation either by the link at the top of the chat or in the video description, or you can click this link on my YouTube banner. It says schedule free consultation, and that takes you to calendly.com/Coach Steve Money, and then you click on financial coaching consultation assessment, and then you can pick a date, and then you can pick a time, and that will let me know when it is, and we will make it happen. And again, that is absolutely free. If you continue to need my services, that's when the charging will happen. But that first consultation generally takes a half an hour to an hour, and that is completely free. No tricks to that. You don't need to pay any other cent there. What we got there? Oh, I read that already. The PayPal logo right here is for donations. I cannot get paid from anything from YouTube until that 314 number right there says 1,000. So that may take a little while. Might have to see what I can, if there's anything I can do to get that up there other than paying. There are some companies that make money by you give them money and they have people subscribe to you, or they make up accounts or whatever. Instagram, add me on the ground, is Coach Steve Money at not add anything, just Coach Steve Money. No spaces in there. That's the Instagram handle, and I do need to post more on there. I will endeavor to do that. If you'd like to talk to me about anything, about the Ramsey stuff, about if you have a problem with scheduling or something, if you just have one simple question you want answered, if you have a question you'd like answered on the show but you can't be in the chat when it's live, you can email me, coachstevemoney@gmail.com, and you can ask me, like I said, about the Ramsey stuff. You can ask me about Oak Island. You can ask me about video gaming, computers. You can ask me about the songs I've written, etc., etc. Alrighty. You have a wonderful night, Spring. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate it very much. And everybody, make smart financial decisions every day.